Hi, welcome to Garagecast. This is the fourth time we've tried to do this in less than 4 minutes, which is part of the course for us. So, without any further ado, I'm Ellie, a tattoo artist from California.
Hi, I'm Who's. I'm a producer out of... I'm wearing a pink ski mask today.
Hi, I'm Maiden. I draw art sometimes. By the way, were we not saying our location, or we were saying our location?
We've never said our location.
I've said California almost every single time.
But not a succinct location.
Yeah, no.
Right.
No.
We don't want to get doxxed.
You know what I realized?
What?
You have multiple occasions, or not on multiple occasions, but recently for Friday the 13th, you were like, come down to this place.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
I have to advertise because it's my job.
Yeah. No.
So, like, when you guys were like, let's not get doxxed and say that you're not, I was like, I literally all over my Instagram tell people the city that I live in because it's where I tell people to go to the shop.
Well,
You do need to make a living.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just make it so that they have to do extra work to find where we are.
That's fine with me. Anyway.
Extra work being opening their phone and looking
like going
on
and checking
Instagram.
out our Instagram.
By the way,
Plug time.
No.
look at Hughes.music and at Alenthrus.
Hughes? What is
Hughes?
Hughes?
I can't talk today, apparently.
Is it clipped?
Hughes.
Can't believe I got Darby to laugh at that.
So
Please also go to @Alenthrus on Instagram.
I already got plugged. I'm
That's
not plugging myself.
ELLINTHRIS at Alenthrus on Instagram and at AidenXW on Instagram as well.
So who's just wearing a pink ski mask right now? He
That's
says
right.
it's because it's cold and because it's his sad mask, his pink sad mask, but
Scad mask?
scad mask.
Scat
Right?
mask.
That's a different thing. It's his pink sad mask.
There you go.
And I've decided that since this is our holiday episode and it's cold, which is the excuse that he has been using to say that he's wearing a pink ski mask is because it's holidays and it's cold, so he's gonna wear it on his face.
Merry Pink Mask.
It's the holiday season. We're all getting ready to go about and do different holiday things.
Yeah, be more poor than we already are.
More than we already are. Hey, is there anything that you're looking forward to for getting for the holidays or getting somebody for the holidays?
Serotonin.
You can't have any of that. Aiden?
I was gonna make a...
Seasonal affective disorder, dude.
Please, Santa, can I please get some serotonin?
No.
In all honesty, though, I do make music, so like anytime the holidays come around, my like skinny like that just wants like music equipment. And,
We
like,
can't say
So,
No! That
Call
joke
back.
is in the past.
Call back.
I'm just telling him what he can't
It
say.
won't be in the
appreciate,
past.
I appreciate the reminder. I don't
I
want to
just-
have to do another stream. I just really
oh
want.
no,
like,
it will be in the past.
It's still in the
since
past.
Yeah.
For all of my music listeners, I would love a Profit 5.
that
or even
episode
maybe,
was put
like
out.
a Juno
Yeah.
7, even though they're like thousands of dollars, but like
I don't know what that is.
I know you don't, but they're
right.
super warm synths that have very 80s type sounds that are from the 80s and 90s. And I once made a lot of good stuff on a Yamaha DX7, and I still want one to this day. So hey, if anybody wants to gift me something, buy me music equipment. I don't know, send me
Wait.
some nudes.
Are we asking like
Whoa.
fans for like gifts for the holidays? Because like, hey,
Definitely
I
not
could really
nudes.
use some healthcare.
We have fans?
I'm a legal adult. I can do what I want.
We have fans?
No, Miss Crystal.
Yeah.
I don't. I'll be
Crystal does
honest,
not listen to
I
this
don't
podcast.
think she
Valak.
listens to it.
Hey,
Yeah.
Alec.
There you
Valak
go.
is our
Hey,
friend
what's up?
and our fan.
Thank you, Miss Valak.
But Aiden, Aiden, what do you?
That's Mr. Valak to you.
Daddy Valak? Aiden, what do you want for the holidays?
Oh. What do I want for the holidays?
Yeah, what do you want for the holidays?
You want Valak?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Actually,
love.
we do. We
I
do
would
want
actually
the
love
holidays.
for him to
Yeah.
Be here.
not be in misery.
For people who don't know who Valak is our friend who lives in Misery who visited us for several months once, and we all love him and miss him dearly.
For the layman, that is Missouri
Yeah.
that we're talking about.
Yep.
The
So
South-
other than Valak, what do you want for the holidays, Aiden?
What do you want? What do you want, Aiden?
Yeah, what do you want, Aiden?
What do you want? What do you want out of life?
That's a big question.
What are you here for?
I don't know.
All right, Ellie, what do you want
great
for the
answer.
holidays?
Yeah.
It's Aiden's turn. I don't know isn't
He
an
answered.
answer.
I mean, like, what is my limits?
I don't know.
I don't know.
'Cause, like,
it's a wish.
Knowing what I would want to do in life
It's
would
to
be
the
a
DM's
good...
discretion, honestly.
You should roll for it.
No, don't roll for
fuck,
it. You don't need to roll.
No,
We're not doing
we're not-
this.
no, oh,
We
God,
don't
all
need
right.
to.
He's going to the dice box.
Okay. Oh, that's not the roll I thought he was gonna do.
Oh,
actually.
wow, okay, I thought he was gonna...
Okay, he
all
just
never
actually
mind.
rolled a
Okay, cool.
d20.
What did you get?
Oh my god.
It's going to be really loud. I got a 12.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you get anything upwards to about $200.
Holy... Wow. Can I just get the $200?
No, we don't have that. It's also a wish. If wishes were fishes, then we'd all be trees.
What?
You rolled a now 1 on that. I'm really disappointed in you. You're so much better than that.
I had to subvert expectations. You wanted me to say fishes? No.
What else would you have said? Please, rack my mind with what you could have done with that great analogy.
It's when you mix idioms. Like, make like a tree and leave. And if wishes were fishes, then blind man would feast.
Yeah, you still rolled a now 1.
Poor man would feast.
Poor
Not
man
blind
would
man.
feast? Okay.
Not blind man. Blind man wouldn't do anything.
Wow.
No, I mean, as far as it doesn't work for the idiom.
That's insulting.
I have no
Really
problem
insult
with.
Ellie, how could you?
Oh god.
How could you
This
do...
podcast is made up of me making grammatical errors and Parker having terrible opinions and Aiden dealing with
How
both
could
of
you
us.
be so blind to how that was offensive?
Oh my god.
Did that fall on deaf ears?
Is there any way I can mute you?
Many have tried, many have failed.
Sorry, I had to put it in there.
Can my New Year's resolution be to just keep Who's from speaking?
Good segue.
I hate you.
Hey, it's got my back. Honestly, can Whose fucking New Year's resolution be to make Who's stop speaking?
Yes, please.
Please, sir. Ooh, please stop speaking.
Get out of here with your.
Fuck.
Get out of here.
Pink ski mask. Anyway, what's your New Year's resolution?
Whoa. You cannot blame a pink ski mask for your terrible behavior. That's all you, buddy.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm pink ski mask right now.
So New Year's resolutions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have them? Does anybody actually care? Do they ever stick?
No.
I believe that New Year's resolutions are good for some people, but they're just not for me.
Oh.
I have
You know?
never met one person that has actually followed through on a New Year's resolution.
Have you asked everyone you've ever met if they've ever followed through on a New Year's resolution?
Hello, this is Who's. This bit has been cut because Pink Ski Mask said something that Who's is not proud of. This will just be struck from the record. Enjoy the podcast.
Cluster Truck. That's a game.
Why are we talking about
Good
Because it's
segue.
amazing.
That was a bad segue, but it got away from my existential depression. Anyway, which when I'm trying to avoid
depression.
existential depression, Cluster Truck. I'm on the last level of Cluster Truck, which is a really interesting platforming game in which you just jump on trucks.
You still have not bought any items, have you?
No.
You are a fucking masochist.
No abilities, only
I
jumping.
don't
You
know
haven't
why-
seen the last level yet.
I
It's
don't know
awful.
why you do this. I started playing Cluster Truck by myself to try to get better at it so I
It's
can play it with you.
awful.
That game is the worst. I
It's
have
so
never
good.
played a game.
No,
that
it's
has
the game
infuriated
itself
me
is
more
so fun.
by myself.
It's
And that
so
game-
fun.
That game is made to play with people because every time I play that by myself, I realize how bad at video games I am, and I don't want to play video games anymore.
That's weird. That doesn't happen with me.
Well, I know because you're good at video games. No, I will take that one. I am not. I tried to play immediate sidetrack, but I tried to play Halo Reach multiplayer for the first time in 10 years. My God, am I bad at video games?
Oh, what did you
I
play it
Aiden,
on?
like literally walking through that, like doing 360 no scopes and throwing grenades at people and landing them, like not even trying. He was like dancing through Halo Reach.
It took me
literally.
30 minutes to get
I
one
wouldn't.
kill with the pistol.
Really?
That's
You
fun.
serious?
Yeah,
Okay.
it takes me so long. I'm also playing the Master Chief Collection because our good friend Ender and I had a conversation about Halo on the car ride last
It's
night.
so good.
I got
Halo's
back
so
into
good.
Halo.
I'm so glad that they put Reach
Reach is the best Halo
into
game.
the Master Chief Collection.
Reach
Reach
is
is
by
really good.
Reach is by far the best Halo game to me.
Hey Bungie, can you make another Halo game?
Hey, 343, can you make Halo Infinite and then make your own game, please? I'm fine with the Halo games as a recent except for 5, but I would love to see what 343 actually has by themselves.
Why did the Spartans fight like really bad boxers and not like how Monty Ohm has them fight? R.I.P. Monty Ohm.
Because it's hard to do that in game mechanics.
What? But
Yeah, but they.
are we talking about the cutscene or the actual
I'm talking about the cutscene.
Well, if you
where Master Chief like went fist to fist with whatever that other Spartan guy's name was.
Spartan Locke.
Yeah.
And it's like very slow. This wasn't on the talking points at all. It's just
we've got here. It all comes back to Halo.
We all love
we
Halo.
always come back to Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about Halo 5.
Right. I have not played.
Which
I've
I
also
thought
not played much of Halo 5.
wasn't the best Halo game. However, I mean, it felt like I was playing like a Call of Duty, so the multiplayer was kind of fun. You know what I mean?
I get that.
But it was
Halo
But
has had a hard time.
playing a
this
Halo
past
game
decade.
specifically shouldn't feel like Call of Duty, no?
I meant I didn't care for the campaign, but the multiplayer I thought was fun because you were able to sprint without losing your sprint, and you were able to scope in, like.
There were some additions
Actually
that I've
scoping.
heard actually made the combat more fluid, but there were some setbacks as well. Halo 5, from what I've heard, is just kind of like, it was there. It wasn't really like what a Halo game should be, but it wasn't necessarily a bad game. It was just kind of
No,
like...
it was basically like
the definition of a 7 out of 10.
they made a Call of Duty game with a Halo skin over
Halo's
it.
had problems this past decade. They have not really found the footing. Halo Reach came out 10 years ago in 2010, and after that it just kind of has been... Halo 4 was cool, Halo 5 was and now we're kind of looking at Halo Infinite like, what can you be? Are you the last Halo game?
Well, like 1, 2, 3 Reach is the best.
Oh, easily.
I don't know about ODST. ODST is all right.
ODST was a great experiment. The firefight mode is great, and I actually really liked the campaign and how weak it made you feel, but I see how people aren't the biggest fans of it.
Yeah.
I just hope Infinite is good. I really do. I miss like booting up Halo 3 and just that feeling you got. That's just missing from...
I wish I was worried about copyright.
It was nothing similar enough to this, and it was less than 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
What are your guys' thoughts on Infinite since we're on this topic? You guys have seen the trailer and just kind of heard little things about the game at all?
Is there a new trailer, or is it just the
Just the E3 trailer.
I mean, I'm excited for a Halo game, but I don't know.
Look, let me make this real simple for you.
Go for
I'm
it.
a Resident Evil fan.
I think it's really
I'm used to just like living through another edition of a really bad series of a thing that I used to love. So like, this is all just the same murky waters that I live in
Infinity's
and
a
watch
really big number.
with jaded
Infinite
eyes
is
as every Halo game and
very
every
large.
franchise is like, look at how new and
That's
fun
what
we
it
are, and they'll never live up to what they were before. So,
Well,
did you see that they gave Nemesis a nose?
Hey.
Why does he have a nose?
They gave
Hey,
Nemesis a nose.
Why does he have
Speaking
a
of
nose?
Resident Evil 3.
Oh yeah,
That's
Remake.
what I was just referencing.
Yeah.
They gave Nemesis a nose.
Did they?
I have actually not seen
Look,
anything about
I'm gonna pull
the
this.
RE3
I'm gonna
remake.
pull this up while
Please
we're
do.
on podcast, so I can.
Are you
show
not
you guys.
excited for it?
Okay. Here's my thing. We haven't talked about Jill Valentine yet on the podcast.
Right. Joe Valentine
But-
is hot.
Nah, okay. We haven't talked about Jill Valentine much on the podcast, but she has a very distinct look. In every game that she's in, you can look at her and go, "Oh, that's Jill Valentine."
Yeah.
And this is actually one of my complaints with the Leon and Claire models from 2. It's one of the only things I had a problem with, is that they looked enough like the characters that I was like, okay, yeah, they're Leon and Claire. But Parker's playing with his ski mask.
Ski mask.
But the thing is that they look different. They didn't look
Ski mask.
they didn't look like they should have looked. Like, they looked
Yeah.
younger, but I guess
Sure.
you could, like, match him up to Leon in 4 and be like, oh, he kind of, yeah, I could see him growing into that face.
Yeah,
kind
I
of
don't
a
know.
deal.
I thought that they looked like each other.
Jill Valentine in the trailer doesn't look like Jill Valentine
No,
to me
she doesn't.
at all. And her hair looks weird.
Yeah.
Like, just the way they animated it, the way the model is, it looks weird. And I don't know how I feel about it. And Carlos, why is Carlos's hair a mop? Did you see it? It's like sticking out in every direction. It's weird. And it's like vaguely upsetting to me for some reason. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know why.
Oh god, they gave Nemesis a nose.
Let's
Why
couch
did
this.
they give? It's such a tiny nose.
And if you would like to look at this official art,
Wait a
Resident
second.
Evil 3.
Why does he have the? He has the nose of that one blobfish. Like, oh god,
Oh.
it just looks like a thumb. mom.
It's really bad.
That's really bad.
It's real bad.
I don't know. I think he looks pretty good. It looks awful.
Is that just bad concept art? Is there other pictures of him besides that? Is this like a... Please?
It's official, dude. It's actual.
Oh, God, it's
That's the
scrunched
actual
up.
model.
Why is it pointy?
That's the actual model, and this is great because you can see Jill Valentine in this. She doesn't look anything like Jill Valentine in this picture, and look at Carlos behind him. Why is his hair like that?
Oh, he's got a mop.
I don't... Why? His hair wasn't like that
Why-
in the first game.
Why does Nemesis look like his name should be Ned? Like,
Yeah,
that's not a nose of a vicious
It's
monster.
sad, dude.
That's a nose of a tiny boy who comes up to you and goes, "Hi,
You know
can
what?
I
His
get
hair
some
kind of
water?"
looks like what is it? It looks like
It looks like he needs to learn how to use condition.
you know Die Hard.
Yeah.
You know his wife.
Yeah.
You know her hair.
Yeah.
Looks like that.
Yeah. Well done, Capcom.
Speaking of Christmas movies,
Good segue
No, it's not.
from our fucking editor.
Also, that's
funny.
so far down the list.
I'm sorry. It was just a funny. I'm
Good
sorry.
segue.
Fuck the list. Christmas movies.
Okay, here we go.
It's not my fault. He said Die Hard.
Okay, let's get the shtick out of the way. Yes, we think Die Hard is a Christmas
Aiden's
movie.
still looking at
The shtick is so old at this point. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Let's actually talk about good Christmas movies, like A Christmas Story.
So we're actually moving on to this topic.
Apparently we are.
Sweet.
So I think the best Christmas movie of all time, even though it is very old, but I think it still holds up, is A Christmas Story.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, I love A Christmas Story. Sorry.
Miracle on 31st Street.
Good answer.
It's also a good
very
contender.
answer, very good answer.
Also a good
the
contender.
remake or the original?
If I've only seen one, so
Did you see the one with like the Matilda kid in like color or the black and white one?
I think in color, but I'm not sure.
There's a Miracle on 34th Street remake, if I'm correct.
I don't know.
Can you look that up?
I believe so.
So yeah, A Christmas Story. It's still heartwarming. It's still wholesome. Shoot Your Eye Out Kid is very iconic. Fred Geely is very iconic. Like you can watch that movie again and again and still have that heartwarming feeling of when you first watch it as a kid. It feels like the holidays. It feels like when you were growing up as a kid and wanting Christmas and that feeling you got from Christmas for those who grew up with Christmas. A Christmas Story.
Makes sense.
I'm gonna say some Parker right now.
That gets bleeped.
I don't like A Christmas Story.
That's fine.
You know, you get.
I've always been like, okay, he's gonna shoot his eye out, and then he does, and it's like, I want a Red Ryder BB gun, and dude has a leg lamp, and I'm always like, this is just, why? I mean, okay, sure.
I'm
okay
You get
with
a
it.
free pass because I said I like the Emoji Movie, so I'm not gonna hate on you. But
You
like,
can't hate on me. You have
can't.
terrible opinions.
I can't. But like,
I'm okay
why?
with A Christmas Story. Like I could
it's-
take or leave it.
Now, what is your like? What's the Christmas movie that speaks to you? I know Miracle on 34th Street for you, but like
Santa
Aiden,
Claus. He's Santa Claus.
I do love Santa Claus.
He's
The
Miracle
Santa
on...
Claus with
Like Santa
Tim
Claus
No,
E at
like-
the end.
oh
Tim
The
Allen.
Santa Claus.
What?
Tim Allen.
It's Tim Allen.
Okay,
The Santa Claus.
That's also a good
Yeah,
movie.
okay.
I like the Santa Claus movie.
Which
However,
one?
that's
The first one.
1 and 3.
3 is actually a good time. Like
2
it's
I
goofy,
I
but
could leave it.
I could leave 2, but 3's the one with Jack Frost, right?
Yeah.
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 I like that one.
Ooh. Rise of the Guardians.
Also good.
What a movie.
Amazing movie.
That's some Rule 34 right there.
No.
oh.
No. Oh. Never.
Yeah, though.
Yeah.
Jack Frost is hot.
Jack Frost is hot.
Isn't he a child?
Anyway, moving on.
I mean, he's like almost 18.
We should cut this.
I think he's older anyways because he dies
Technically,
and then
technically, he's like
is immortal.
a thousand
not
years old.
1,000 years old, but he's in the body of like a 17.
We're not having this conversation on the podcast.
Anyways, the
No, do not. No.
Shut the fuck
No.
up.
that's getting bleeped.
There's been 3 iterations of Miracle on 34th Street.
My God.
Yeah.
The old man is Santa Claus at the end. You just gotta believe.
Yeah.
It's the best Christmas movie.
I like Rise of the Guardians.
Also, can we just say, Darby already said the best Christmas movie. Sorry for cutting you off. It's Die Hard. Continue.
It is Die Hard.
Oh my
It is
God.
Die Hard.
It's Die Hard.
Look, Die Hard is a good movie, and yes, it's a Christmas film, but the
Yes.
shtick of Die Hard being the best Christmas movie is so old. There's better Christmas movies.
You know what
there
is
isn't.
actually a really good
There's better Christmas movies.
movie. I don't know if I would like enjoy it as a Christmas movie, like a family movie. However, as a romantic movie, Last Christmas is very good.
Didn't that movie make you cry?
It did. It made me sob.
It also, yeah, no. So imagine me crying, and it was him.
I wanna
Yeah.
see this
That
movie.
bad?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was good.
What is it about?
It's
I want to know.
so
I
good.
want to.
I'm
I want
not-
to go in blind.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you
It's good.
literally. There's like I was so surprised, and it hit me so hard. It was a very good movie. I don't know
Interesting.
if I would enjoy it as a Christmas movie.
What do you mean? It's literally titled Last Christmas.
It is.
Well, I mean,
But I think it's
The Nightmare
more-
Before Christmas is technically a Christmas movie, but it's not a good movie.
More like a
Whoa.
Wait,
What did
What?
you just say?
Strike that,
Nasty
reverse
Mask.
it.
what? Sorry, say it.
The Nightmare Before Christmas is technically a Christmas movie, but it's not a good movie.
Shut.
What do you...
I don't care if this
Get
is
out of here.
Shut the
Also,
fuck up.
it's not technically...
Also, it's what? You're
What?
you've got to be contrary to be contrary at this point.
You don't even...
Because there's no way that you're just like, nah, Nightmare Christmas is a bad movie. No way.
I didn't enjoy it.
You are just doing this for the likes.
That's-
I'm really not.
that's
No
really-
one likes me. Ellie, no one likes me for these opinions. You realize that, right? I've never had someone be like, yeah, the Emoji Movie,
You're
that's
doing it
good.
for
No,
shock. There's
I'm not. I did not enjoy
You're
the
not
Nightmare
going to
Before
remember
Christmas.
to bleep yourself.
I've never look. You said some shit. Okay, it's bleeped. You have, and I've like swallowed so much of it, but you're wrong.
What do you mean you've swallowed so much of it?
I
Called me out on everything.
I didn't hit you when you said that Silent Hill Downpour was the best Silent Hill game.
That was a joke.
I let you stay in this friend group when you said Batman and Robin was the best Batman movie.
I was proven wrong.
The Resident Evil movies are better than the games.
I have let you.
I've never said that.
I have let you live through so much.
I'm sorry. Maybe it was because I saw it at a different time, or just there's something about Nightmare Before Christmas I just don't enjoy. I don't enjoy the music. I don't enjoy the characters. It's just not for me.
When was the last time you saw it?
I think I finally sat down and watched it, 2017. Because I never watched it as a kid.
Have you ever seen a kid try and put the square block through a circle hole right now? That's what my brain is doing, trying to comprehend this bullshit.
Also bleeped.
There's so much bleeping. I'm sorry, like, there's a lot of things that, like, I didn't see as a kid that people were like, hey, you should see this as an adult. I didn't see most, if any, of the Disney movies, because I just strike that from the record, but, like, Nightmare Before Christmas, I saw when I was, like, I guess I was, like, 17 at the time, and I was just like, I saw, I can't even think off the top of my head, but I saw a lot of kids' movies when I was older, because people I would, like, be dating would be like, hey, you should see this movie, because I liked it as a kid, and it's, like, means a lot to me, and I'd watch it and just be like, I guess this isn't what I didn't grow up with it, so it's just kind of
Well, I mean, neither did our parents, and our parents love it.
Then maybe I'm just a weirdo who hates things people love. I don't know what it is.
That
but,
sounds
like,
right.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Do you like the live-action Mario movie?
I actually love the live action Mario movie.
I don't.
I'm sorry, I'm like this, and this is not for shock value. I get that all the time. We had somebody in our friend group, I love you, Scroll, literally be like, "Are you doing this for shock?" No, I love my opinions are what I believe, and I love them.
I don't know how to keep living anymore. My brain just doesn't. You just took all of the stuff in it and they just took it out. Just everything I was gonna talk about. Parker hates Nightmare Before Christmas. I like you so much as a friend, and I can't look at you anymore. And your stupid pink ski mask.
Ski mask.
No, it's
You
not
know what's really
fair.
unfortunate? You guys are sharing a mic right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
I'm like make out close to him.
Yeah, no, we're not.
I'm literally touching his arm with my arm right now.
Yeah,
and,
Ooh.
like,
we're really close.
my
Hot.
whole everything is just.
But just know, Ellie, you're not talking to Parker. You're talking to Ski Mask.
That's not a thing. You can't disassociate yourself from the ski mask.
I can disassociate myself whenever I want.
Yeah, like
to
when you
ski
talked
mask.
about like earlier, you can't
That's
blame that
not
on
a
the
thing
ski
that's
mask.
going in the podcast.
It's not at all what's going in the podcast.
That's gotta get cut.
Oh, do not. No!
There you go. And we're back. Wow, controlling these two today is awful. Last time on the podcast,
The best joke I've ever made.
Aiden said some things that he regrets.
I don't regret any of them.
We know. Parker has the worst opinions ever, and Ellie's brain no longer works. Darby still puts up with us. In other news, Harley Quinn has her own TV show.
Good segue.
No, it wasn't. I've given up on the good segues because every time you try to do a segue, which the point of a segue is to not know that there's a segue, you two look at the talking points and go, oh, we're talking about this now. Good segue. So,
Why did you
fuck
sound
it.
like Donald Trump with that?
We're on to the Harley Quinn show. Oh, God. This is our mic.
Full body.
I did.
This is abuse.
I rolled counterspell.
Damn.
Now on the podcast with assault.
What are we talking about?
Salt.
Harley Quinn.
Oh, good segue.
NACL.
So
Sorry.
Harley Quinn has a new show on DC. I've seen some clips of it. And
Okay, can I say something about the Harley Quinn show?
Sure.
Why are they releasing it in episodes? The whole point of a streaming service is that you
Are they
release
releasing it in
in
episodes?
episodes per week.
What?
I hate that.
I hate this. This is what they've been doing with like a lot of
I hate
things
it
on
here.
DC streaming service, and it's honestly made me consider canceling my fucking my DC membership because guys, the whole point of a streaming service is that you release it via in blocks, so I can devote a day when I have a day to watch a whole series and be like, that was a good series, and then you continue. I don't want to have to try and make time for an episode every week of a thing. Guys, DC, hey DC, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
all I
I-
want
I-
to do is
but-
binge watch.
With that point installed, I have seen some. Shut up. I have seen some clips of the show, and it does seem kind of funny.
Okay.
It's not the worst thing.
So here's what I wasn't expecting when I watched the Harley Quinn show. I watched it and expected it to be like a serious show, like the animated series. It's not.
It's
It's
stupid.
just. It's like Teen Titans Go level
It's-
of like
it's big
joking around and making fun of their own characters.
It's big stoopy.
One of my favorite gags in the whole thing is Bane goes, of course, and just talks like this. He talks in the Bane voice the entire time, and they're just making fun of it. And Scarecrow's like a British dude who's just like, right, so anyway, and he's just like really just like sort of downtrodden, and Joker's a jerk the entire time, and like Batman is voiced by do we figure out what the actor who plays Batman is?
I don't remember his name. I'll look it up real quick.
It's the dad from.
And like Commissioner Gordon's got huge bags
Yeah.
under his eyes, and he looks like a strung out dude with like coffee in his hands, just like shaking and spilling everywhere. He's like, "You're a cancer, Quinn. You're growing in this city. You're infecting all of it." And it's like, Jim, we gotta.
Diedrich?
Where's Joker?
The one clip I saw
Carl Dietrich?
was when Joker was on a phone call with Bane, and Joker's like, "She crashed the party. You know she has HPV, right?" And Bane's like, "Well, most sexually active adults do." And Joker's like, "Shut up." The one thing I saw that was like, "All right, that's a cool quip. Like, that's fine."
Batman is Diedrich Bader. I don't know if I said that right, but
Right. I like him.
yeah.
I think he's doing a good job.
Diedrich Bader.
I don't think that in like live action he would be
Wait. Did you say Diedrich Bader?
Bader. Yeah.
Can you not?
I don't even need to say the joke, do I?
Can you not?
Okay, that man.
Not a good live action Batman. However, he's all right for a comedy
Is that man
animated.
all forehead?
What? Can you not make fun of people on this podcast?
Big ski mask.
No, you're the worst. Dear God.
Nice. Good save. Oh my cars. Why did you hit the microphone with your head?
I was dejected and I looked down.
You just you Rey Mysterio headbutted the fucking microphone.
Dunk. It's gonna be loud.
I'm
but it probably
also
is gonna
pretty
sound
sure
really funny.
that this episode comes out before the Rey Mysterio episode.
No. Oh, we're a
Wait,
mess.
wouldn't it be very Garagecast to put the holiday episode out after the holidays?
That's what I was saying. But
Let's do that.
I mean, I don't know.
look, whenever this podcast comes out, happy holidays. We're either early or we missed it.
We missed it.
Oh no. Oh man. Hey, just think about this. If we go straight to editing this one and we do this one for next week, Aiden still won't get to listen to the Rey Mysterio episode.
Good.
true.
Also, while we're still on DC, I wanted to bring this up to you, Lanthers. Did you see the trailer for the Superman Red Sun movie coming to DC?
What?
Yeah.
Is it an animated movie?
Based on the Red Sun Superman comic.
Joy oh joy, DC, let's see how you mess up another really famous comic.
I wanted to bring it up because Batman wears your sad hat throughout the whole...
Oh yeah, because he's Russian.
He's Russian, yeah.
Yeah, Russian Batman.
It looks okay. It looks decent.
Yeah.
However, we said that about the Hush movie, so I think we should...
Yeah, DC is not... I mean, I don't know. I feel like at this point, everything I love is either going to be really good in spurts, and then like everything else is just going to sink below the waters of mediocrity. So, like much of my life.
I was going to say, is that like the DC or like your love life?
So anyway, I really like the art style of the Harley Quinn show.
I'm so sorry, that was really mean.
And so the art style of the Harley Quinn show is pretty graphic. She like broke a dude's kneecap out his knee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty intense.
Yeah. I also really like a lot of the characters' facial expressions. They emote really well, and like I like how just disinterested Poison Ivy is in everything. She's like, look, we can't do this. Also, can we just say while we're talking about the Harley Quinn show, Kite Man.
Hell yeah.
What?
Kite Man!
Hell yeah.
Kite Man.
Hell yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
all he says?
No,
No.
it's okay.
What?
So for anybody listening to this and Parker,
I'm looking
I'm gonna
this
tell
up.
you. I'm gonna spin you a yarn.
Okay.
In the
I'm
Batman
gonna fly
comics
you a
that-
kite.
in the Batman comics
Parker
that
isn't
you,
here.
in the Batman comics that you haven't read yet, there is a whole section called the War of Jokes and Riddles, in which Riddler is going up against Joker, who can't smile for some reason, and he's not finding anything funny, and he's more violent and aggressive than he has been previously, and Riddler is just mad at him because he did a thing, and so the two of them are going to war and having a gang war that's all the villains are taking sides and tearing apart Gotham. It was a storyline. And during this, there was one standout character in my mind, which was a villain who wasn't a villain and was turned into a villain via Joker and Riddler's antics, because his son was killed while they were flying a kite together, and it was like his fault or something, and so he became Kite Man!
Just Kite Man? Oh, yeah!
And he says,
Hell yeah.
he says to himself all the time, whenever he says his name, he goes, Kite Man. Hell yeah. And there's times when he gets beat up and they're he's broken and bleeding on the floor, and they're like, whatever, Kite Man, and they walk away, and in a broken sobbing voice he just goes, hell yeah. And he just always says it. And there's a point at the end of the comic where he comes around and turns out he had no leg up on people, and he was actually doing some stuff that is he saved the day or something, and stopped the war of jokes and riddles.
Sure.
And Riddler says in a disgruntled, he's like, what, Kite Man? And he goes, hell yeah. And you're like, Kite Man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So he's in the Harley Quinn show, and Poison Ivy goes, oh god, Kite Man. And he goes, hell yeah. And he crashes through a roof at one point.
He's the best character.
He's so good. He's so good because there's a line that says it perfectly in the Harley Quinn show, in which Harley Quinn is like, you don't have any powers. You have a kite, like every kid in every park ever, and she doesn't want to do a heist with you because you're stupid. And then he goes, do you think I'm stupid? And Poison Ivy goes, don't you? And he just looks down, and he doesn't say it then, but I just wanted him to go, hell yeah. But all in all, Kite Man is a great addition to that show, and the animation of it is really, really good. And I've been with a lot of my own art, looking at things I like and taking screen caps and taking pictures of it to try and work these styles into my art, because I've started realizing the more you do art of you, Parker's playing with his ski mask and it's just being weird.
I'm so sorry for interrupting.
Yeah,
you.
well.
I did not mean to.
Anyway, I've been trying to improve a lot of my art style and practice a lot of stuff. Finally,
No, put it back on.
Who's his back?
Hey guys, what's up? I'm sorry, I kind of blacked out for 30 minutes.
Shut up! You can't blame everything on the ski mask.
What ski mask?
Okay. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Anyway.
I'm sorry. I just blacked out for a few minutes. I took off my beanie.
Okay.
Because it's not a thing, and he's making fun of you.
Make fun of me for what?
I hate you.
Stop.
Anyway, what are we talking about?
Cursed items aren't real. Anyway.
That's not true.
Okay, yeah.
You literally have one.
I know.
What is your cursed item?
That's
The
the yellow
D20.
dice.
Oh, that is true. You do have yellow dice.
Yeah. Almost killed a lot of people.
You also have a lot of cursed friends.
You, specifically.
Yes, that was what I was
Yeah,
referring
you know,
to.
like those cursed images? It's you.
Yeah.
Cursed images, I'm not working into my art style, actually.
Yeah, you picked me up in a dungeon and went, hey, this guy will, like, do things for me, but he's really not funny. And then just kind of, like,
But he's really not funny. He makes a lot of content, but none of it is good.
and you, like, kind of misjudged what that effect would have, and then 9 months later, you're like, I wish I would have left him in the dungeon. How much gold will you give me? 5 copper. Or I'll keep him.
Speaking of, I drew one of your characters recently.
Oh my God.
As a reaction image, I drew Cranberry. I specifically worked a lot of, like, even you can see that, like, I enjoyed some of the aspects from the Harley Quinn show because, like, in that reaction image, I did a little bit more animated due to watching the Harley Quinn show so much, and I like a lot of the way they're very, like, expressive. Like, I want to take some pictures of Poison Ivy and use them to do Mary's face, but also I drew a picture of the Great Bear recently.
Do you mind if I quickly explain my D&D character? Because I feel like if there's any character that needs to be known to the world...
But you have to do it in under 20 seconds. And that's it. That's the character. I've been working a lot of the art styles of things I've been seeing into my art, and that goes forth to saying I've been trying to draw more monsters recently because a lot of the art in the D&D books is dope as hell.
It is. It looked
And
good.
I have
Specifically,
been...
one monster looked really good.
The Great Bear? Is that what you're saying? Oh, Flame Skull. Yeah, there's a monster called Flame Skull. Literally, when I introduced him,
Worst.
they opened
the last room.
They opened a door, which was the last room of the dungeon. They needed to, like, have successfully completed the dungeon
Sure.
and get a point towards leveling up.
Sure.
Because that's how I'm running the pickup campaigns.
Sure.
And they open up the dungeon room, and a fireball is hurled by them. Level 3 spell messes people up. It's really powerful. Dropped more than half the party to 0 immediately. I played the Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin. That was just like ding 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 ding, and I went, "You mortals have entered the wrong room. Now you must battle Flame Skull." And then I cast Fireball and dropped more than half of the party. And they were like, what the hell? Flame Skull, what? Speaking of D&D, I made Parker cry. I won the bet. I made a story and it was sad, and Parker listened back to the episode while he was editing it, and I sent him a sound clip and he cried. He did it. I won.
Golf claps for Ellie.
Never question me being able to make someone sad with D&D. We people, actually, a lot of people cried this last session.
We had 2 players both get... one player saw a character they hadn't seen in years. It just got really emotional, and the other one got so into character that they just broke down.
Yeah, they were really sad. That person was Kaylee. And Kaylee's my sister, and she plays D&D with us, and she has been playing her most recent character, whose name is Lilypad, as well as she can, and that's really well. This is, like, honestly my favorite character she's played, and she's been, like, being, running a really hard line to run in any show or D&D thing ever, which is she's being both a very serious character and a comic relief at the same time.
I don't know how she does it.
No, because she literally bounces back and forth between being really, like, kind of, like, off-putting with, like, the fact that her mind is shattered. Like, she literally saw some of Lovecraftian stuff, and her mind is kind of broken now. She's hearing voices which are other dimensions, versions of her actually talking to her. Like, they're not figments, they're her communicating with each other, and she's seen things that are just slowly wearing away the rest of her mind, and she is, like, both very funny about it at times, and also, like, very serious about it at times, and runs the gambit anywhere between being creepy, being sad, and just being really funny.
I will say personally, it's not only the best character I've seen her play, but it's very inspiring for someone who... I play comic relief characters very well. I do not play serious characters very well.
You make a lot of really good jokes.
I do.
Playing a comic relief character is doing what Kaylee is doing, in which... And this is just like, you guys feel free to correct me, but just good D&D advice in general. If you're going to play a character that you want to be the comic relief, if you're just cracking jokes all the time and you're not taking anything seriously, you're not actually being as, like, much of a comic relief character as you think. You're more being disruptive. Because you're making people laugh, but a lot of the time you're detracting away from the game.
Do you think that I've done that in the past?
Well, being honest with you, I think yes, but not. You're also 9 months into D&D. You're not. You don't have that much experience, but you make a lot of jokes, and like I love a lot of your characters. But at the same time, there are some times when there's too many jokes. But the thing is that there are also things that you do that just like by random happenstance subvert that enough that I've never thought you've been like something that I've needed to talk to you about. It's never been like a distraction or detracting enough from the campaign that it was ever worth like really mentioning, because you specifically are a great example of someone who makes jokes, but then doesn't like you don't make up stuff that doesn't exist within the world. You make up stuff and then you keep running there's continuity. And that's the difference between being disruptive and being a comic relief character. I just think that you need to throw a little bit more serious, like taking yourself a little bit more seriously to make the jokes less of I'm an old man that doesn't know what's going on. Specifically, whenever things got crazy in the last dungeon, you had Cranberry look at the situation and go, I'm gonna die. And he decided to leave. That gives mortality to a character and makes it so he's not like, it makes it go, because the difference between being disruptive is Parker making the jokes or is Cranberry making the jokes. And that's the difference. And I think you ride that line really, really well.
Thank you.
And you get better with it every time you play. So, that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God we're past Bobbert.
Yeah, I will freely admit, Bobbert was not only...
Was Parker making the jokes.
It was Parker making the jokes. And I think there was a specific point in the pickup campaign where Cranberry was trying to do a spell and had no idea what he was doing and just said something, and you looked at me and went, say it again in Cranberry's voice. You gave me a black photo. Okay, I seeing what you said now and moving that back into that, I see what you're talking about.
Right, because Cranberry, a lot of the time when he does stuff, your wizard from the pickup campaign, is what I feel is like the better example of what you should do in campaigns, which is that like he's an old man who's like, Cranberry says screw this stuff. And manages to like walk away from situations because he's like, absolutely not, bippity boppity, hell no.
Yeah. Cranberry says.
All right. So
I realized I couldn't say that on the podcast.
Right.
Cranberry says cranberry.
The meme you put in the group chat, however, was great. Where it was the other characters of the campaign yelling at me, was like, "Please do something as an actual wizard." And Cranberry.
Right. Because Cranberry is an actual wizard, and as silly as the Cranberry lore is, we're making lore, which means that stuff's going to come back to bite you.
I know.
As previously mentioned, Flameskull is...
It's my granddad.
It's your granddad. Well, he's one of your ancestors who helped make the Cranberry family fall, which means prepare to get more and more attached to Cranberry the more you play, which is just going to happen.
And then Cranberry's going to die.
Yeah.
I still need to talk to you about who I sent that letter to.
Yeah. So here's the thing I saw a really great thing. This is not my personal content. This is a thing off the internet. Don't, like, you do it a lot, but think about this in the future. There's going to be a point at which somebody is going to have a heartfelt moment where they're like, Cranberry, no! And they're going to be, like, holding your dying body. And they're going to be like,
don't crack a joke.
Cranberry, please don't leave me. And that sounds funny. Which is going to be sad because it's going to ruin the moment for somebody else. But at this point, I think we're all just used to Cranberry being your name. But luckily you saved it because his name isn't just Cranberry. It's Eldon Cranberry. Eldon of the House Cranberry.
Cranberry was not the original character's name. It was like I made a joke where an old man in a dungeon just handed you some cranberries and went, you want a cranberry? And then he just became Cranberry.
Right. It was a running gag that evolved over time, which is a lot of the fun of D&D stuff. Which I have a lot of fun with the D&D group that we have now anyway. I'm actually really looking forward to holidays this season because we're going to have a Garagecast... Well, not Garagecast, but a Garage holiday party, Aiden, please.
What?
Don't say it.
Good segue.
I tried.
Anyway, we're having a garage holiday party, and
You know what, Ellie? That was a good segue.
thanks. A lot of the people, our friend group, like, some of us have money, but the majority of us are broke and poor, and we come here
Yeah.
because we don't have money
Yeah.
to do other things, and we all love each other a lot. So, one of our very, very good friends gave me the idea because he is one of those friends who has a little bit more money than some other people, and he did the most kind gesture that I've seen in a long time, which is that he said he was going to go get the books of 5e that he has at his house and was going to bring them over so that we could borrow them for a game and we could use the books to learn 5e a little bit better. Give or take 30 minutes to an hour, he comes back with the books in hand, and we're like, okay, cool, so can we, and he sets down the books on the table and like a bunch of stuff to like tab the books out with like little book tabs, and says, so I thought about driving to Santa Paula, and I just decided to buy the garage its own set of 5e books. And I for real, like, Squirrel, if you listen to this, I cannot begin to thank you enough for that. Please don't get anything for the holiday party, you crazy man.
You know he will.
He's so I love you, Squirrel. Don't.
Look, if I can just take a couple seconds to applaud one of our friends, Squirrel, we love you. This man literally does all of this out of the kindness of his heart. He realizes that he does have and I can say this because he tells us all the time, he has a very decently paying job, and he just likes to spoil it on his friends because we care about him. You're a saint. We love you. You do stuff that you do not need to, but you do it out of
And
the
he's
kindness of your
not the
heart.
only person either. Trent recently
Trent does it all
came
the
to
time,
a
too.
pickup campaign, was like, hey, I got a surprise for you guys, and just drops down
Like monster manuals and shit.
he dropped down a whole monster card pack and dungeon tiles for us to just use. He's like, here you go. And like, honestly, that kind of a spirit gave me the idea that like, it doesn't have to be anything big, but for the Christmas party, we're all just gonna get gifts for the garage. Like, not for any one person, it's for all of us to use as like a group, as a friend group together, because like this place, as much as it's like the place, it's like in my backyard, it's not mine. It's like everybody's.
You know this
it's
is a home
everyone's
for
space.
a lot of us, right?
Yeah. And so like, I already have my plan. I'm not going to say on Garagecast what my gift is, but I already bought it. I've got it like locked down, and it's something I think is really cute for the rest of the garage. I told Aiden and Darby what it is, but I think it's a cute little idea for
nice.
a garage gift. But like, the general idea is that we're all going to get like pencils or blankets or like paper, or just like, honestly, like a pack of graph paper. That's a super good gift for the garage. People use that all the time. It could be.
You don't need to go above and beyond.
You don't have to buy a whole set of books for the garage. You don't have to buy dungeon tiles.
Yeah,
You don't
literally
have to-
go to like the back to school section at
Right.
Target or something and just buy literally anything from there.
Because we need
Right.
that. We need that so bad.
Right, and like, if people want to get gifts for individual people, they can, but the idea is not that. It's just, we want to be with each other, and there'll be like a big gift opening thing where we can all open somebody else's gift for the garage and be like, yeah, this will be great. And I honestly, with like how much work Cal and I most recently went into cleaning up the garage and like making this whole place really, really nice for people to come hang out. It's as you said, it's really a home for a lot of people, and I just got the idea thanks to Cal. Cal was really like, hey, if you want to help cleaning the garage, I'll help you. And I just looked around and went, yeah, people deserve better. And I went and cleaned up everything
Also,
with Cal,
big shout out and thank you to Cal.
Yeah.
He puts in a lot of work
who
as well.
sweeps
so.
this place every time he comes in.
Yeah.
Cal caring about how the garage looks makes me want to work better.
We have a really great group of loving friends that I'm very grateful to have.
And now at the end of this like weird heartfelt section at the end of this podcast, I just want to say thank you very much to literally all of our friends, which I hope in turn listen to this or don't, because who knows, we talk forever about a bunch of nonsense. But
no, this episode was
a
a mess. Yeah.
Stamp that with a big old mess.
Big ol' mess.
It's a myth.
It's
a myth.
Messy
myth.
myth.
Also a reference that no one's gonna get.
Yeah, it's
Nope, that's all good.
a reference to like
Don't
one
even
of
tell
my
'em.
first campaigns.
Don't even tell him. Let just let it. There's some references that don't need to be explained. Gun.
I want to talk about the bread on the table.
No,
Aiden
No,
will
we never bring it up.
explain
I'm-
the bread on the table.
being censored.
I will limb dice you.
The people want to know.
No, we will never explain the bread on the table.
I'm sorry.
No.
I will limb dice you.
Don't limb dice me.
Then don't talk about the bread.
All right, that's it. That's all I'm saying.
Ellie, do you want to write us out?
Ooh, for this episode, can the bread be wearing a hat? Like a Christmas hat?
Ooh, I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Christmas hat.
Anyways.
Christmas bread.
Christmas
Merry
bread. Merry
Christmas,
bread
Happy Hanukkah,
Merry Breadmas.
Jolly Kwanzaa,
Merry Breadmas, and a
Happy
happy pink
solstice.
mask to all.
Whose pink mask was this?
Merry Pinkmas.
Whose pink mask was that?
No one's. I'm burning it.
Oh no.
Yeah, let's throw it in the trash because we don't know whose it is.
I'm putting it up in Nigel with
Whose
the claw.
mask is that?
Any other holidays people can think of? I said Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, Winter Solstice.
What's the one with the pole?
Yeah, Winter Solstice is a good one.
Maypole?
Winter Solstice.
No, there's Festivus.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good one.
Cool.
Happy holidays to everybody.
Yeah. Happy holidays.
Whatever you're doing, it's not what you're doing, it's who you're doing it with, and it's
It's who you're doing
the
it to.
holidays. That's
Yep.
okay. Yep. My heartfelt thing turned into a sex
Have
joke.
a naughty holiday, if you will.
Yeah, dressed up in that Christmas
Cut that
Santa.
out.
Cut that out.
I'm cutting that out.
Anyways,
Santa is jolly
Merry
for a
Christmas,
reason.
Happy Holidays,
Oh
whatever
my
you may
God.
celebrate.
And as always,
And if you have to put up with us, we're sorry. So,
Yeah.
as
Sorry.
always,
Merry
Thanks,
Christmas.
Miss Crystal.